Another trip to another place. I'm Philip and I'll take you for another seacoast adventure, but first, coffee. Well, after visiting Yasmin Hammamet and enjoying that part of the Tunisian Mediterranean, I had to return for a while in Sophia to do some things I had to do. But as the summer was going to its end, I couldn't stay at one place for a long time and not to go to the Black Sea coast at least for a while. So I took 4 days off and dashed to a place I haven't been for a long time. So it's my first day and it's a little bit cloudy, so I hope the next days, 3 days precisely, the weather will be much better. And the place where I am is Nessebar, one of the most famous towns on the Bulgarian Black Sea coast. Unlike Achtopol and Lozanet I visited last summer, this town has a new and an old part. And although the old town is what Nessebar is renowned for, the new town has its own charm too. It's where most of the locals actually live their daily lives. On the main street there is some traffic, as you can see, but once you go for a stroll in the smaller ones, you can feel the calm of the new Nessebar. And I'm actually lucky. Just 10 minutes later, the sun came out and I hope it stays like this. And if you take the pedestrian street, you can find, also as usual, stalls with plenty of souvenirs of all kinds and, of course, magnets. If you didn't take a magnet from a place where you've been, have you ever been there? There are also many benches where you can sit for a while and take a rest. Although the pedestrian street is relatively short, the rest of the town is also calm and has a specific feel of serenity. You can find quite everywhere shops, tiny stores, grocery stores, beauty salons, pharmacies, as of course restaurants, cafes and confectioners, quite as on any touristy town. If you come here in the morning, it feels calm, even a bit sleepy, but by midday the new town becomes lively. The hotels in the new Nessebar are not too big in general, but nice looking, cozy and quieter. Probably because of the proximity of the much bigger Sunny Beach resort, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, on the Bulgarian Black Sea coast you could reach from Nessebar even by walk. And if you prefer, you can find some apartments for your holiday as some smaller family guest houses. Anyway, in the town's hotels you don't have pools, attractions and all that, but I feel it to be much calmer and more relaxing. The perfect and very affordable ones if you just want to get away from the city for a while, change the scenery to a quiet place without breaking the bank and without crowds of vacationers all around. Another place in the new town of Nessebar is the promenade, a long alley that stretches along the sea. And as you can see, along the promenade there is no beach, just stones, but you can have a great walk and enjoy the view and the sound of the sea. Although, about the view, it is really cloudy. The sun is gone again and it even starts to probably to rain. There's some droplets falling. And all these hotels right there in the distance are the hotels of the Sunny Beach Resort, probably the biggest resort or one of the biggest resorts in Bulgaria Black Sea coast. And it should be called Sunny Beach because in Bulgarian it is Slunčevjak, which should be translated as Sunny Coast, but anyway it became known as Sunny Beach, so it stays like this. And if you don't want to walk, you can take a ride with one of these fancy trains. So this is the new town of Nessebar. All in all, a very nice place, but the real beauty starts here on the isthmus that connects it with the old Nessebar. Because yes, the old town is on a tiny peninsula in the sea close to the shore. Crossing the isthmus, the first thing you notice is the wooden mill standing proud as if guarding the entrance to the old town. And this old mill is emblematic for the town of Nessebar. It is a mill which, yes, it was rebuilt in the 1970s on the place where once, 100 years ago, were the original mill, which was destroyed by, I think, an earthquake, if I'm not mistaken. And it is so renowned that you can find it everywhere, on postal cards, in Instagram. Everyone who comes here takes a selfie in front of it or a photo of it. And it is time to show you the old town of Nessebar. And here, right there, is a statue which represents the new Noah who supposedly came here to find a beautiful land. I don't know. It's what I read. Behind it, the stone walls of the medieval fortress appear, already giving you a sense that you are about to step back in time. They remind you of the past of the old town, which is similar to the history of Ahtopol I visited last year and I made a vlog about it, as to all the other old towns in the area. Founded more than 3,200 years ago by the Thracians, with its old name Mesembria, in the 6th century before Christ, the first settlers from ancient Greece came here. Then in the 72 before Christ, it was occupied by the ancient Romans. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, it became part of the Byzantium, and in 812 it was conquered by the Bulgarians. Then in the 15th century, Nessebar was taken by the Ottoman Empire but remained a livelier port during all these changes. Nessebar is also called the town of 40 churches. Not all of them survived, of course, but even today the density of churches on such a small place is impressive. That's why walking through Nessebar feels like moving through a gallery of sacred art and architecture under the open sky. A big part of the churches was destroyed by the Ottomans, others crumbled in the sea, but you can still find many that stays intact and are even in use. Well, and this church is probably the biggest one from the medieval times. You can call it cathedral because it was the headquarters of the bishop of the entire region around Nessebar. Cobblestone streets wind between houses with stone foundations and wooden upper floors leaning slightly above your head. Most of the houses here were built in the 19th century and are preserved with small renovations. This architecture is typical for the region, a mixture of strength and warmth. On the upper floors, you can spot tiny balconies. The reason for them to be so small is the winds from the sea, which in winter can be really harsh. Today, many of these houses welcome you inside as family hotels, small taverns or shops with local art and souvenirs. It started to rain even more, and I changed my camera, my Osmo Pocket 3, for the Action 4 I have, because you know the Pocket 3 isn't suitable for a rain. And I would like to continue my vlog about the Old Town of Nessebar, because believe me, the town is worth it. It's the same situation as last year when I was shooting the vlog from October when the weather wasn't too good. Then it started to rain heavily and I had to continue my vlog on the next day when it turned to be sunny. Another interesting fact is that the peninsula on which the old Nessebar is built were once 4 times bigger than it is today, but the erosion caused by the sea took its part. That's why I said that some of the churches, the houses from the medieval times, as the mills which were erected here, as the one you already saw, and there were 5 of them, crumbled into the sea. Later, fortunately, measures were taken to stop this erosion and to not let the old town disappear. Regardless of the weather, or probably just because of the grey moody sky, the ambience is amazing. It's not just a museum, it's a living town. Life goes on here and that's what makes Nessebar special. No nightclubs here, nor parties, but if you're hungry, there's no shortage of taverns and restaurants where you can try traditional dishes as well as, of course, more common ones. Many of these places have terraces with stunning sea views. Nessebar has 2 faces: the new town, livelier, modern, with beaches and entertainment, and the old town, historic, atmospheric, timeless. Together they make a place that welcomes both those who seek relaxation and those who seek history. I'm leaving the old town of Nessebar. I had rain, now I have a strong wind. I hope you're able to hear me, and for those of you who like walking tours, I'll make for sure several ones. So stay tuned. I'm Philip and I'm going at my hotel.